Hey everyone, today we will start with the chapter Direct and Inverse Proportion. In this chapter, you're going to study about direct proportion or direct variation, inverse proportion or inverse variation. So basically, direct proportion and inverse proportion are the two different types of variation only that you're going to study about in this chapter. So first, let us understand what do you mean by variation, and then we will start with the direct proportion and inverse proportion. So variation means what? If two quantities depends on each other in such a way that the change in one result in corresponding change in the other. So that means what? If suppose A and B is there, if A will increase, B will either increase or decrease. If suppose A will decrease, then also B either increase or decrease. So in somehow when A is changing, B is also changing. In that scenario, we can say that A and B are in variation. So there are many situations that comes across in our daily life that are somehow dependent on each other, or they are variation. The variation in one quantity brings out the variation in other. That means somehow they are dependent on each other. So let us see some examples from our daily life. So more articles will cost more. We can take an example. Suppose if you are taking 5 pens, right? So the cost of 5 pens will be, obviously, suppose the cost of 5 pen is 10 rupees, right, or 100 rupees. So what will happen if you're going to buy 10 pens? Obviously the price will increase. And what will happen if you're going to buy 1 pen only? The price will decrease. So that means the more number of pen will increase the cost, and the less number of pens will decrease the cost. That means here the number of pens and the cost is dependent on each other. The next one is, more is the distance covered by car, more is the petrol consumed by. So obviously, if you are going to cover more distance, the consumption of the petrol will be more. The third one is, more is the number of worker at work, less is the time taken to complete the work. So suppose if you have to complete some work, then what happen if suppose 10 workers are there and 10 workers will take 5 days? So obviously if you're going to take 20 workers, it will take less number of days. So the more workers will be there, the less number of days they will take to complete the work. So now let us understand the first part of this chapter, that is direct proportion. So in direct proportion, two quantities are directly proportional if an increase in one quantity corresponds to a constant increase in the other quantity, or if decrease in one quantity corresponds to the constant decrease in the other quantity. See, I have given you one example, x and y. If x is increasing, y is also increasing. If x is decreasing, y is also decreasing. So in such cases, when one quantity is increasing, the other is also increasing, and if one quantity is decreasing, the other is also decreasing, then we can say that they are directly proportional to each other. Let us see one example. As you can see in this page, I've drawn a giraffe. So we can understand that with the increment of time, or with the ages, when the age of the giraffe will increase, we can say that the height of the giraffe will also increase. So that means here the age or the height are directly proportional to each other. See, the same thing I have written here. Increment will result in increment of the other, or decrease is result in decrease of the other. Now let us understand some more details about this. See, I have just given an example of directly proportional, that more article purchased, total cost increase. So obviously when the number of product or the number of materials or whatever you are buying, suppose if you are buying a pen, so more number of pens will be more, the cost will be more. The same thing, more petrol, more distance travel. So the more petrol we will consume, the more distance we can travel. So that means if x will increase, here I have taken the variable as x, so y will also increase, and when x is decreased, y is also decreased. So in such cases we can say that x is directly proportional to y, and we can write like this. this sign is of for directly proportional. So we can say that x is directly proportional to y, and you can write the same thing, x is directly proportional to y as x is equals to ky. This proportionality sign I have removed with k, and this k is called constant of proportionality. So now if you want to find out the value of k, we can write the same thing. As you can see here, if you want to find out the value of k, I can write this as x by y. So here I can say that if two any two things are there, or any two variables are there, and if it is given as they are directly proportional, then it will satisfy this, that x by y for all the different values will be same. We'll see one example to see whether it is true or not. So let us see some examples, some different examples actually, which is based on direct variation. So as you can see, I have 4 figures here, 4 circles here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. In these 4 circles, as you can see, I have divided the circle with the help of diameter. So in the first circle, just consider this. There is only one diameter, and the one diameter is dividing the whole circle in two parts. So it can be written as 1 by 2, as you can see here. In the second circle, that is in B. Okay, I'll just use some different color. So in the second circle B, as you can see, two diameters are there. This is one diameter, this is two diameter. So 2 diameter is dividing the whole circle in 4 parts, so 2 by 4. See, this is actually number of diameters by number of division. When you will consider the third circle, that is C. So just see how many diameters are there, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 diameters are dividing this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 by 6. And just have a look in the fourth one. So how many diameters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 diameters are there. How many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 parts are there, 4 by 8. Now just have a look in one part. This 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. Here I can see that for all these 4, I am getting 1 by 2 only. In that way, I can say that number of diameters and number of division for these 4 figures are directly proportional to each other because they are constant. We'll see some more examples from the book. Just see, I have given 2 questions here, and let us check. The question is, we have to check whether they are directly proportional or not. So let us check the first question first. So let us just see here only, and this can be written as x by y will be equals to 3 by 9, 5 by 15, 8 by 24, 11 by 33, 26, and whether they are equal or not. I've just given an equals to sign, but I'll just see 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9. Okay, 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15, 8 ones are 8, 8 threes are 24, 11 ones are 11, 11 threes are 33, 26 ones are 26, and 26 threes are 33. So that means I'm getting everywhere, I'm getting 1 by 3. So this means that this x and y are directly proportional to each other. As you can see, I'm getting for all, I'm getting 1 by 3, which implies x and y are proportional to each other. The next question, this second number. So again, for the second number also, for all x by y, I'll write this is 2.5 by 10. Next is 4 by 16. In the same way, I'll write for all. So let us use this different page. So just see here, I've written this x by y, and the first value x by y, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now just check for each value of this whether I'm getting same number or not. Or you can see here, this is 2.5, so it will be what? 1 by 2.1, 4s are, right? 4 ones are 4, 4 fours are 16. This will be what? Point we remove and 0. So 25 3s are 75, 25 8s are 200, so 4s are 100, 8s are 200, so 12s are, so again 3 ones are 3, 4s are 10, ones are 10, 10 4s are, right? 14 ones are 14, 14 3s are 28. Now just see, for the first one, for the second one, for the third one, and for the fourth one, I'm getting 1 by 4. But only for this one, I'm not getting 1 by 4. It is 1 by 3. That means my all values of x by y is not equal, which implies that for the second question, x and y are not directly proportional. As you can see here, for these values I'm getting, for the first first 4 value I'm getting 1 by 4, but for the last one I'm not getting 1 by 4, it is 1 by 3. And since they are not equals, this is not it. So now let us check the second type of question. This is here, in this question we need to find out the value of x1, x2 and y1, and it is already given that they are directly proportional to each other. So since x and y are directly proportional, so we can directly write that 3 by 72 is equals to x1 by 120 is equals to x2 by 192, which is equals to 10 by y1. So let us proceed. Let us first take these two to find out the value of x1, then take this along with this to find out the value of x2. Then again you're supposed to take this along with the third one to find out the value of y1. So now basically we are going to consider on this first part. So if 3 by 72 is equals to x1 by 120, if I need to find out the value of x1, it will be x1 is equals to 3 multiply 120 divided by 72. So let us cancel here only. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 fours are 12, 12 ones are 12, 0, 12 twos are 24, 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. So basically I'm getting 5. So my x1 is equals to 5. In the same way, let us find out the value of x2. So in this one we are going to consider these two. So let us check the next page. Just see, just 3 by 72 is equals to x2 by 192. Again I'm going to keep this x2 over there only, so it will be x2 is equals to 3 multiply 192 divided by 72. So let us just cancel. If 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 fours are 12. Let us check whether 192 is divisible by 24 or not. So 24 ones are 24, 24 eights are 192. So that means my answer for the x2 is answer for x2 is 8. Now in the same way we are going to take this and this. Here only I'll just show you. 3 by 72 is equals to 10 by y1. So y1 will be equals to, y1 will just multiply over there. So y1 will be equals to 10 multiply 72 divided by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 fours are 24. So 24 multiply with 10, that is 240. So answer for this one will be 240. Let's check. Just see. So x1 is 5, x2 is 8 and y1 is 240. So now let us solve one more problem which is based on direct proportion only. So now the question is, if 18 doll costs 630, how many doll can be bought for rupees 455? Now just consider one thing here. Number of dolls are given and cost of dolls are given. So we have two quantities here, that is number of dolls and cost of dolls. Or obviously the cost of dolls are given in rupees. So in rupees I've written in bracket. So in the first case, we need, now just one more thing you need to see, how many dolls can be bought. That means we need to find out the number of dolls. So let us let the required number of dolls be x. Then what we have number of dolls and the cost of dolls. So when we are buying 18 dolls and the cost is given is 630. So how many dolls means x we have taken. So x dolls we can buy on 455. Now just consider one thing. If the more number of dolls he will buy, the more cost he is supposed to pay. If the dolls is less, the number of dolls will be less, then the less money he is supposed to pay. So that means they are directly proportional to each other, because the number is increasing, the cost is increasing, and if the number is decreasing, the cost is also decreasing. So we can see that this means 18 by 630 will be equals to x by 455, as you can see in this slide. Now we need to find out the value of x. I'll just write here and solve. After this line I'm doing here. So this is what x will be equals to 630, right? Sorry, not 630. After this line I'm just doing here, my x will be x only, so this will be 18 multiplied with 455 divided by 630. Now you can cancel this and you will get the answer. So if you want to cancel 9 2s are 18, 9 7s are 63, 0. Now you can cancel this with 2, 2 1s are 2 3s are 2 5s are. Let us use some different color. So 5 7s are 5 9s are 45, 5 1s are 5, 7 1s are 7, 7 1s are 7, 7 3s are 21. So I'm getting x ka value is 13. So that means we have to bow. He can buy 13 number of doors when he is going to pay only 455 rupees. Now with this we have completed the first part of the video, in which we have covered, the first thing we have covered is variation, and the second thing that we have covered is what is direct variation and some example which is based on direct variation. Thank you.